Hey everybody, it's Ralph Ring. I'm your 2023 MLS president. I've got a couple quick announcements to make. I'm going to try to do this in 5 minutes or less. This is going to change the way you do things on a daily basis, so please listen up. These are very important changes. Number one, office exclusive listings. This isn't really a change. This is kind of, we need to get back to doing things the way we're supposed to do them. After we stopped marketing office exclusives, like no signs or anything like that, we really kind of stopped sending in the office exclusive listing agreements. However, we were advised by IAR and we actually checked our bylaws, and it is still in our bylaws that you need to share office exclusive listing agreements to our MLS office. Now, obviously they're not going to go on Flex. We don't post them on Flex anymore, but the contract or the listing agreement itself does need to be on file with the MLS. So be sure you start doing those again, whether you're faxing them in or dot looping them or scanning them or whatever to Lisa. Make sure you start doing that so we have them on file. Now, for now, we're not going to put them on Flex, but we're looking at a way with Flex where we can maybe load up an office exclusive listing and only the members of your office can actually see it when they do a search. And we're also looking at whether or not we can, once an office exclusive listing closes, can we make that a closed comp that everybody can see and use for a comp? So we're kind of looking into those two things. So stay tuned for more on that. But for now, get your listing agreements into Lisa at the MLS. All right, number two, we found a new way that you can report a possible violation on a listing, or maybe you just think there's an error on a listing. So let's say you're going through a new listing here, or you've come upon a listing you're looking at, and you think that there's something wrong. This guy, Ralph Ring, has a duplex listed, and look at that shady character. He doesn't have the correct rents in there. No, actually, I think they're fine on this one, but just as an example. So obviously, we would like it best if you can just feel comfortable enough to call that agent. Maybe you think they just made a mistake, got an error in there. Maybe you think they're in violation of an MLS bylaw, whether purposefully or just don't know or pushing the boundaries, whatever. If you feel comfortable, please give them a call directly and kind of point it out to them. Maybe, hey, sorry, I didn't realize that. Maybe they'll just clear it up just like that. Let's just say that you don't feel comfortable calling the agent directly, or you've already made an attempt to, they didn't do anything. Your next temptation is going to be to pick up the phone and call Beth. Now, while we always want you to feel comfortable to call the MLS office, what we're trying to do is set a way to start a written report of this. So you're going to go up to this little box here, just go right to the listing. Up in the upper right-hand corner, there's a button there. This button was always there, but it used to say report violation, and it just sounded kind of harsh. Like we just didn't know if people would want to click that if they thought maybe just somebody made a mistake. So if you click on this button up here, and it brings up a text box, and then you just write in there why you're reporting it. If you can, please reference, if you think they're violating a bylaw, please reference the bylaw that you think they're violating. Maybe you think, hey, they just made a mistake. I reached out to them, they didn't do anything about it. Can you reach out to them? It'll send a written notification. It'll be anonymous to the other agent. The other agent won't know who wrote it, won't know who reported it. Only Beth will see who wrote this. Maybe it's something real clear. Beth just looks at it, says, oh, yep, that person's in violation. And then when she gets time, she can call them and deal with it that way. If it's something that's a little bit more gray, it's not real obvious they're in a violation, and maybe we need to talk about it. She'll send it out to the MLS committee immediately through email. And if we can't really figure out exactly what to do with it, maybe it's something we table it and talk about it at our next meeting, however that works out. But the idea is we want you to start the process using this box. Just click the little button there, report violation or error, go through the text process, get a written record, instead of just picking up and calling and getting in Beth's ear and distracting her from the stuff she's got going on. Again, we always want you to feel free to call, but this just makes like a little bit more of a organized way for us to handle this kind of stuff. So, all right, those two things, I tried to keep it under 5 minutes. I don't know if I did or not. Get out there and sell some houses, everybody. Take care, see ya.